What's good, y'all? It's Mike. Welcome to the channel. In my last vlog, while storm prepping, me and my wife, we grabbed this thing. This is the EGO Nexus power station. They only had one of these on the shelf, and we had to drive all the way to Gloucester to get it. Now look, this is not a sponsored video, but it can be. I'm just saying. But all jokes aside, like I said, this is not a sponsored video. This is something that me and my wife identified as being beneficial to our family, so we made an investment. You know, we don't know what these days are going to look like, but at least we can be prepared, right? Cool. So when a storm hits, I'm not necessarily looking to power the entire house. I'm mainly looking to, have our essentials running. Our essentials like lights, whether or not we can charge our phones, a heater, a fan. We're just going to see how it all works out, right? The reason why we went with EGO was because we're already in the ecosystem. We already have batteries. We already have, the mower, weed eater. We got 2 weed eaters. What else? Man, a chainsaw, a hedger, to get the hedges, a edger. Did I say leaf blower? And also a leaf blower. So we already had the batteries. If you don't, then, we can talk about prices as opposed to other brands and other types of power stations. But, for us, I believe this power station set us about anywhere from $600 to $700, which is not bad. For the amount of power that it puts out, plus you have the interchangeable batteries. As far as batteries go, we have 2 12 amp, we have a 5 amp, a 7.5, and 2 4 amp batteries. All right, so let's go ahead and start the unboxing. And I know this is kind of low, so I'll lower the camera a little bit. Now I'm gonna put this down. Oh man, oh no. All right, put that here. I'll put it on the floor right now. All right, so that's what we got. So it looks like we have some type of face plate. The other one dropped over there, and it's just a bag. And let's see, I come to you. So we got show the feet. All right, first things first, I'm looking at build quality. I'm looking at, can it withstand, rigorous abuse? I do construction, and truth be told, if I'm off site or if I'm on site and there's no type of power or anything like that, I have my big generators, but if I can do small things very easily, like, charge up batteries or what have you, I would love to just be able to use, a system like this just to plug in. And yeah, if it's good for a job site, it's amazing for a house. My dad, when I was growing up, he would always say, don't buy anything that you can't validate making money with. And I used to kind of sit with it so I can't buy nothing personally. But as I got older, I'm realizing that, what we use on the job site is more than enough for everyday homeowner use. And so, when I buy things, I'm normally looking at it from the side of, can I use it at home as well? And so this is something that, one, yes, it checks both of those. I can use it on a job site and I can use it at home. All right, so what we have and what came in the box, what you'll notice is that, man, this thing is a tight little compact, and it's not even really little compared to other power stations, but this is a nice, compact, easy on the eyes, has the screen as well as, the power station or the part that you plug into the wall. Oh man, it's right here on top. It's out of the way. I wonder if this thing is waterproof. I need to do a little more research on it, but got the power bank for the plug-in, and then on top, you have your cables. It's only 2 sets of cables. So you got one end for plugging into the other end is for plugging into the power station itself. So now I will put a link in the description to let you know which one I got and, where I got it from and all that good stuff. So it's pretty nice. So what I'll do right now is go ahead and plug it in. Plug it in. All right. This is what makes the 3000 watt version different from the other ones that they have. So what you get is, let me put my phone down, but you get the USB outlets. Oh, gotta press the button here. So USB outlet, as well as your standard outlets for plugging in, and you only get 3, and then you get 4 of the USB. So when you want to change the charging, you press the USB portion, USB will work, and then you'll press the outlets, and then the outlets will work here. So I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, pretty cool. Now, this is not just for charging phones. You literally can power equipment off of this. So one of the downsides to this unit is that you cannot charge and power in terms of powering with the batteries. You can't do both at the same time. So you're either charging the batteries or you're powering the power station with the batteries. So, I mean, if that's a downside, you can look at that as a downside. But if you have multiple batteries, I have 6 batteries, I can do a different variation every time. So I can, maybe have 2 12-amp batteries plugged in and, 2 of the 4-amp batteries while the other 2 are charging. And so, it leaves you some variety. Again, there is 4 battery stations in this. So, I mean, I got 6 batteries. That means I'm always have 2 left over that can be charging. So that can be a benefit, or if it's not, it's not. But for me, it is a benefit. So right now, what I am going to do, and unfortunately, all my batteries are charged. So I mean, I can see if it will show us what will happen if it's charged. So right here, you can see that number 2 is lit up, and then it's going to say how long it takes for it to charge. I don't know if you can see it says charging complete right there. But yeah, in a different scenario, it will show how much hours, minutes it will take to charge. Now, another downside, which these are like the only 2 downsides for me, that is the amount of time that these batteries take to charge with this system. I mean, it's probably like 2 hours, 3 hours or something. But, I have the fast charging station. And so it literally takes like my 12-amp batteries from 0. It probably takes it about maybe 40 minutes to an hour for it to fully charge. And so, it's not that much of an issue for me. But if you don't have these batteries, you're not in the ecosystem, it might be something that's pricey for you, and it can be a drawback. Man, I'm telling you, what I already like about this, let me zoom out. What I already like about this is that these batteries and how simple it is just to click it in there. And let's just do this. Let's just do 1. How about that? Let's do 1 12-amp and see what that looks like. All right, let's press the power button. All right, so right now it's calibrating how much I have. 34 hours and 28 minutes. That is fire. All right, let me put another 12-amp battery on it and see how much time we got on that. All right, so right now it's going to calibrate 66 hours. So I just doubled my time there. Y'all mathematicians, I don't know how many days that is, but hey, that's at least 3 hours. Well, 3 days. Look at me. At least 3 days, right? Because 24 plus 24, that's 48. Yeah, come on now, math. All right, so now let's go ahead and put a 7-amp on there, the 7.5 amp. Click that girl in there. Now you can see that 1 is lit up. 85 hours. Wow. And I just put on a 4-amp. So we just maxed it out at 88. This thing is amazing. And the part that I really, really do love about this system is just how simple it is. I mean, all I did was charge up my batteries and just click them in. And if it's a storm, I mean, this is the less stressful part of a storm for me. I mean, this is amazing. All right. So another downfall, which again, I don't want to keep pressing these downfalls because it's really not downfalls. Compared to these other power stations, this is an older power station, but I have no problems paying the price that we paid and for what we're getting. I mean, these power stations that are comparable to this, I mean, they're upwards to $1,200 to $1,600, and we paid a fraction of that. And so, I mean, we're truly vested into EGO. Again, EGO, if y'all are listening, y'all can send us some more stuff. I mean, hey, I'll review whatever. Yeah, that's fire. Oh, and that piece that I'm missing was for this vent here. Guess I'll put this on that there. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, oh, this is so fire. So the first thing we're going to do is charge my phone. So let's go ahead and plug in the phone. Oh, I didn't press the right thing. All right, so USB, you can see the phone is now charging, and let's see how much juice is taken up. So it's gonna do its calibration, but I'm telling you, this will probably keep charging the entire time. Wow, good to go, and no movement whatsoever. You talk about power. Wow, that is really, really dope. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and unplug that. And then let's go ahead and bring something a little bigger in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my MacBook. Plug that in, turn off the USB, turn on the outlets. Boom, good to go. And she's now charging. Very nice. You know, be able to see that it's charging, and this is how much time we have left on the battery. So off of us charging, it's still calibrating. So it's saying we got 34, 35. See, it's going up now. So let's see how long we got to charge a MacBook. It is going to keep going up. So wow. So that's a huge jump. So it's still trying to calibrate it. And mind you, I had it open. And so when it's idle and it's just charging, you see now it's going up. So yep. Oh man, my bad, y'all. So the time is going up. You can see that it's going up. So we're looking at right there around 50 hours or so. I mean, this thing has no problems whatsoever making sure that things are charged. Really, really cool piece of equipment. All right. So now that we have our MacBook charged, I'm gonna find something else. All right. So I'm back with this. So now I have a fan. Let me zoom out. Yep. So now we have a fan that we're going to plug in. It's a tower fan. I don't know if you can see it. Let's go ahead and plug it in. Oh, you got power. All right. So right now it's on the low mode on the fan. We can see that we're at 51. Hold on. See how she doing. And this is on the low mode of the fan. Then I'm going to go ahead and turn it on high. See what we got. All right. So we're at 34 hours and 11 minutes. Not bad at all, actually. Now, I don't know what it's going to be like with the heater, but let's try it. I mean, it don't hurt nothing. I'll be right back. All right, so now I have a small heater. So you what it look like. So it's just a small, how many watt is this? 1500 watt is what this pulls. And I know that this is 2000 at running. And so let's see. Let's just see. Hopefully I don't blow a fuse or nothing crazy. So let's just check it out. All right, got her plugged in. Ooh. This thing sucked that. Now this is on high. My wife loves keeping this thing at high. So let's put it on low. All right, so the time is going up a little bit. So what you hear, I thought that what I was hearing was was just the heater. You actually hear the fan in the back of the power station. So you're looking at probably about 2 hours for heat. Again, if you got more batteries, load them batteries up here, make sure they're charging. But yeah. That's what we got. Let's go ahead and turn it off. And I bet it's going to go all the way back up to 88 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it. I think the most important thing with this is that, you know, you're going to be able to have your lights as well as, you know, things charging. Probably a small fan. I probably would do away with, you know, I mean, with the whole heater. I'm not sure if that makes the most sense. I'll probably run my generator, my large generator. Man, I can't talk. But I'll probably run my large generator for something like a heater. But no, all in all, man, I'm very, very impressed. You know, this is where 3000 watts starts to make sense. All right, so listen, if you're a homeowner, if you have kids, or if you're like me and just want to be prepared, just in case, this is a great investment. You know, and especially if you already have the batteries, oh, this is a total game changer. So, you know, I love the system. I love the power that it puts out. I love the simplicity. I love the ruggedness. And so great buy, great deal. What else you want? All right. So if y'all want more content like this, then be sure to let me know. You know, I love to take this out on the job site, show you guys what I can power, what I can't power, what's the best uses. If you've enjoyed this unboxing, give me some feedback. Let me know, you know, whether or not I should be doing any unboxing, boxing, whatever videos. If this made sense, if it didn't make sense, if it was helpful, you know, let me know. And then 2, y'all, I'm here for the long haul. Like, I really do enjoy making videos. I enjoy showing people how to steward and steward well. You know, God's entrusted us with a whole lot. And until we have real life practical examples of what this stewardship looks like, I don't think that we'll get it. And so Jesus came as an example. I'm not comparing myself to Jesus, but you know, Jesus was our example. And so, he taught us how to be good stewards, how to be faithful over little so he can entrust us with much. And so you guys, if you've enjoyed this content, I'd love for you guys to stick around. Like I said, I'm not going nowhere. Probably drop a video once or twice a week. You probably see some shorts with more of my storytelling. We might even do Bible studies. Who knows? But go ahead and hit that subscribe. Make sure you turn on your post notifications and all that good stuff. Until then, I'll see you later. Be safe and understand that God loves you. Bye.